Hey guys, we are back again and today we are going to talk about the review of the match between Man City against Liverpool. That match had a lot of attacking displays and a lot of defensive errors as well. So first things first, I'm going to talk about the team selection and performance by Liverpool. So Jack, what do you think about the performance of Liverpool in that match and the team selection made by Klopp?
Okay, firstly, the performance was actually expected, means against a team that are fighting for their points to come back in the title race. Man City did their part and Liverpool did what they are supposed to do, but it's just that as like what you said for the lineup, I'm a bit sad that Fabinho didn't start, because I think he would have made a difference in the midfield. I think Henderson shouldn't have started. Instead of him, Fabinho should started. That's my point.
Okay, as for me, I think Fabinho shouldn't have started. I think the team selection made by Klopp was the best team selection he could have gone for in an away match against Man City, because it's an away match against the best team in England and we needed a lot of energy in that midfield. Fabinho is a good player, but what he lacks is he holds the ball too much and he often makes a lot of loose passes. If you see against Wolves, against Arsenal at Anfield, and even against Arsenal at the Emirates, he was targeted because he holds the ball too much and he often give a lot of loose pass. If it was Man City and Fabinho gave a loose pass, I'm sure they would have scored 2 or even 3 goals. So that is why I think Fabinho shouldn't have started. Then as for other midfielders, because I see a lot of Liverpool fans saying that we should have started players like Naby Keita and Shaqiri, or even Lallana. First things first, Lallana shouldn't have started because he's a injury prone player up for 2 seasons now, and how Klopp is using him is more of a squad player, not as a first team player, and he's not reliable as a first team player as of now. So when final 2 is Naby Keita and Shaqiri. Naby Keita, the only thing he is famous for up till now as a Liverpool player is his turn he did against Crystal Palace and the few step overs he did against Burnley. If you look at other signings Liverpool made, Fabinho, Alisson and Shaqiri, okay, for Alisson you can say against Napoli he played very well. For Fabinho you can say against Manchester United he played very well, and Shaqiri you can say Manchester United he played very well as well. Naby Keita, there's no one game you can say he played or dominated the midfield very well. So how can fans say that we should have started Naby Keita in that match? Because he has not proved his worth yet. And finally, people who are saying we should have started Shaqiri and said Shaqiri will be the missing link and he would have created a lot of creativity. I think those fans who are saying that are kind of delusional, because few seasons back, if you see the Brendan Rodgers team, the Liverpool team against Chelsea where Gerrard slipped, a lot of fans were criticising how we played because we played too attacking. We did not respect Chelsea as a team and we played too attacking and we ended up paying the price. So in this game, what Klopp did, Klopp chose a midfield which was hardworking and played for a draw. If we put Shaqiri and played a 4-2-3-1, it would have been attacking, but I'm sure we would have conceded a lot more goals. So Shaqiri shouldn't have started. And as for the performance, so I talked about the team selection, now I'm going to talk about the performance. The fans were saying we played very badly and we played with a very slow pace. But that is how they should have played, because we played for a draw. We played for a draw and we tried to slow the game down and we tried to make Man City players frustrated, and we did that very well. The only mistake, which was Lovren giving the ball to Aguero and not being in the right position, and Aguero scored the goal. But overall, we played well in a defensive sense. And the only mistake I think based on Liverpool is game management, because after they scored the equaliser, they should have played like how they started. They should have slowed the game down and played their defensive style and get a draw. But instead, I think they smelled blood. They went to get a second goal, because I think they got reminded of what Liverpool did against Man City last season in the Champions League. After we scored 1 goal by Salah, we tried to get another goal and we won that game. So I think Klopp or the captain or the team as a whole should have take a few steps back and just played a defensive performance against Man City after getting an equaliser. I think the only mistake Liverpool did is game management, and there's no issues regarding team selection and the performance of Liverpool, in my opinion. So how about you? What do you think about the performance and team selection?
Firstly, I'll talk about the team selection. That's the team selection I went for at the start of the preview. So that's the best midfield trio that you can put up against Fernandinho, Bernardo Silva and David Silva, because these players are very quick in terms of passing and all that. And to compensate that, Liverpool don't have anyone else who are quick with their ball, who can pass, who can do this. So what can you compensate with? What can you close them down with pace and power? And the three midfield he chose, which was Milner, Wijnaldum and Henderson. These three players are known for their quick closing down of players and also their power. So what Klopp did, I have no issues with that. I've seen these social media complaints why Shaqiri should have started. At the start I was thinking maybe Shaqiri should have started, but to think about it, this game was just a 2-1 and the game was within Liverpool's grasp throughout the 90 minutes. And if Shaqiri has started, it definitely means one defensive outlet is not there. And against a team like Man City, Sané, Aguero, Sterling, Silva and both Silvas, without one defensive player in the team who can run his ass off for the team, it's madness, because Man City is going to punish you. No matter even if you have a Van Dijk at the back, or even if you have 4 Van Dijks at the back, a 5-man attacking team like Man City is going to punish you. So Klopp didn't do anything wrong in terms of picking the team, but one mistake he made was the substitutions. When he brought on Shaqiri, which was the right move, but he should have played a 4-2-3-1, and he should have brought on he shouldn't have taken out Mane, in my opinion, because Mane was poor throughout the game, but he's the type of player who can make something out of nothing. And you should have played Shaqiri in the number 10, and you should have taken off Wijnaldum, because Wijnaldum is not a left winger and he didn't provide anything on the left when Shaqiri came on. So that's my issue with him. And you should have brought in Sturridge, because these players are goal scoring players who have talent to make something out of nothing. So with as overall performance as a neutral, Liverpool played for a draw, but when they were a goal behind, Klopp's substitutions were a bit questionable, especially with not bringing on Sturridge at the earlier, like with 10 minutes left. Look what he did against Chelsea when he came on. He only had one shot and he scored. And Sturridge is that kind of player. And also Shaqiri, when he came on against Man United, what happened? He destroyed Manchester United. So he should have brought these two players for the one or two of the midfield who more of a power and pace, especially when they were a goal behind. So I have nothing against what Klopp chose at the start, but his substitutions were questionable in my opinion.
Okay, I agree with your points. So another hot topic in that match was the company's challenge towards Salah. A lot of people are saying it's a red card. A lot of people are saying it's too harsh to be a red card. And why was there too much emphasis? Because quite a number of Liverpool fans were insulting the referee. Were saying the referee did a biased decision. It should have been a red card and all that stuff. So for you, do you think it was a red card challenge done by company? And do you think the reaction by Liverpool fans are actually an overreaction, or it's justified?
I think firstly it was overreaction by the fans, because for me I think it can be a yellow card offence other than being a red card, and I think fans actually overreacted on social media throughout whole this issue. That's my point.
How about you?
For me, I think that was a red card offence, but it's just that with the pressure on the game and the victim being Salah, I think that was the reason why the ref didn't send company off, because Salah is known for his play acting, especially in the past few games. So that all played a part in the referee's decision, because in my opinion the company's challenge was late and was off the ground, and it was dangerous, so it's a red card offence. But I feel that Salah actually played a little on the challenge because it wasn't that as bad as it looked. But it was a red card offence, just that the referee was swayed because the victim was Salah, and Salah is known for all this play acting.
Yes, I agree. As for me, I think...
And I don't think Liverpool fans should put so much on this red card, or if it's not a red card, because we have seen this kind of challenges happening in football, and cards are not shown, or it's just a yellow card. Because as a neutral, I've seen the game Napoli against Liverpool, and Van Dijk did the exact same challenge, which was even worse in my opinion, especially at the shin, and nothing happened. So it's like, it's you take one eye for an eye. If Company's one was a red card, then I think Van Dijk's one should have been a red card. So I don't think as a footballing fan this bound to happen. Whether you support the team or not, it doesn't matter. Results don't go your way, decisions don't go your way, and that's football. If everything we're going to complain about the referees being here and there, they are humans, you see. And especially in that 20th, I think the tackle was in the 20th or 30th minute, if I'm not wrong. And if that was a red card, the whole complex of the game would have changed, and as a neutral, it wouldn't have been fun.
Okay, I agree with your last point there. Regarding Van Dijk challenge was even more worse than Company's challenge, and you didn't see any Liverpool fans complaining. And I just want to ask or say to quite a number of Liverpool fans who are looking for external reasons as to why we lost, because they said we lost the Champions League final because of Ramos, we lost this match because of some goal line technology, some issues with the goal line technology, we lost this match because Company did not get a red card. So what Liverpool fans are saying, if in this match, if it was 11v11 match, we would not have won, and you only can win with one man down from Man City. I think that's a very foolish way of looking at it. I think we should look at what we did wrong instead of looking at things that not in our control. What we did wrong, like I said earlier, is game management. So if Liverpool fans focus on that and focus on what we can control and not look at external reasons, I think Liverpool fans can be much more of a support to Liverpool as a team. So finally, I think we have talked a lot about Liverpool. So I think we need to give credit to Man City as well. Man City, in my opinion, played a very good game, and a lot of their players stepped up. Bernardo Silva, Leroy Sané, Fernandinho, Company. And I think the way they played and the way the fans supported the team, it reminded me of kind of like Anfield. The Man City fans were up for it, the players were up for it, they played with a lot of aggression, and the key players stepped up like Sané, Aguero, Fernandinho, Bernardo Silva. And I can kind of give credit for Pep, like for the first time, because this match kind of showed some aggressiveness towards Pep's team, because Pep's are always known to playing a slow pace game, like to control the tempo, but this game they went for it. They didn't give Liverpool any time, and asking the players to do that and playing with that intensity, I think should be given credit. So in my opinion, I think Man City played a very good game. What do you think?
I think Man City played a very good game, not taking anything from them, but the thing is, individual players were excellent in this game. There were not any tactical masterclass by either or or we didn't see anything from Klopp, to be honest, and we didn't see anything from Pep, because the team set up and to play in that way, because we all see Man City playing in Liverpool and in the normal usual way, and they get owned. And for Liverpool, they usually go out and press and they lose, like you said, they do not have game management. I only going to give credit to Pep for putting in the fire into Bernardo Silva, Fernandinho and Company's head, because these players are not okay. Company is a different player, Fernandinho is a different player, but Bernardo Silva is known for his flair. But to see him running down at the 95th minute at his full throttle, going down to closing down players, that was a different side of Bernardo Silva. I've seen him since Monaco. He's a player who gets the ball, he does a step over, he sends a beautiful ball in. He's the player who goes shoulder to shoulder and he falls, because he's not that type of player. But in that game against, from the first minute till the last, he was a mini Kevin De Bruyne. He was putting his body through everything. in my opinion, he was better than De Bruyne. And the thing is, this kind of thing, I have to give credit to Pep because he instilled this mentality to them. But all this being said, Man City is the best squad in England. They should be winning this game, especially at home. And Klopp could have done better, and Klopp actually played into Pep's idea, because with the 4-3-3, no one was closing down Fernandinho. And if he had started with a 4-2-3-1, yes, things should have been different. But at the 60th, 70th minute, he should have gone in for a 4-2-3-1 with Shaqiri in the middle, trying to just close Fernandinho down, because Fernandinho was having a simplest game of his life. He didn't have to break down much, and when he had to, it was usually 3v4, 3v5. So I'm not going to give both managers any credit, but I think Klopp could have done better, and Pep only for instilling that winning mentality and the fire into the flair players in that Man City squad.
Okay. How about you?
For me, I think Man City showed their one of their best performance, like as a team and individually. And yes, they are back in the title race. They showed their worth, and they are back in the title race. If not, I think EPL wouldn't be fun. So I think they had a good game overall at home. Yes.
Okay. I think that's the end of our video, and overall we think the title race is back on. So please like, share and subscribe, and please give us your feedback as well. Thank you. Bye.